All right, have and have not fans. Now, I was actually chatting with Chandler earlier tonight, and we were talking about a lot of these, I guess you could say, storylines that seem to have been forgotten, retconned, or thrown to the wayside in the haves and the have not, particularly in season one. There is one video I might be doing in the near future. It has to do with a what if. What if Wyatt didn't go to the crack house at the end of season one after discovering that Jeffrey was actually gay, making him come out of the closet? Remember that he said he was going to tell Jeffrey's parents about it, and then that's when Jeffrey hit him upside the head with the golf club. Then he went to the crack house, got high, apparently hit little Lizzie and then Benny. That will be interesting what if, because I feel like that will definitely shift the tone of season two, because most of, if not the entirety of season two, was trying to get Wyatt off the hook of the hit and run, between Donald, Norman Hewins, and there are so many factors to talk about. So that's a video that's going to take a bit of work, but I feel like it's going to be worth it at the end. So I might be able to do that within the next week. But the purpose of this video, Chandler and I brought up something, or actually Chandler brought up the point about Katheryn's breast cancer from season one having still been non-existent, if you will. Basically, she came out of the hospital, and talking with Hannah a couple times about it, that was it. Like, it's never been brought up to Jim or pretty much her family. Now, I was thinking about that new trailer we got, because it pretty much just showed us some scenes we've already seen before, but with a couple of new scenes in there, just brief little pictures of different characters doing different things. And I was thinking more about the fact that Wyatt looks like he's legitimately trying to kill Jim and Katheryn. And in the extended trailer, the one we got at the end of the quote-unquote mid-season finale, I think that was March 13th, we see, like, Wyatt telling his parents, if I can't put you in jail, I'll bury you, I'll kill you, that kind of thing. And then Jim's kind of comforting Katheryn after Wyatt leaves the house. And this is kind of a what if here, but it is kind of like, here's how I would like things to happen. And for what it's worth, I think I did something similarly to this when it came to what I would have wanted to happen when Veronica looks through the window at David's house. That video did pretty well, so hopefully this does well too, because I really like it when characters are in scenes that develop their characters. It makes them vulnerable, and it makes a person that they're usually just snapping back, trying to one-up each other, dropping one-liners, when you actually have a serious scene. Now, I feel like Jim and Katheryn had a great scene when they were looking through Amanda's room, after, quote unquote suicide. They were looking around the room trying to find clues to see if there's anything that could have, revealed why they did what they did. Well, excuse me, why she did what she did and things like that. And they had a conversation about, why didn't you listen to me? Put her in an asylum. What about the $7.4 million? That kind of thing. I feel like after Wyatt leaves the house, and I think Jim is giving Katheryn a hug in one. No, actually, that was from season two. But I would like it. This is just me talking here. I would like if Katheryn got vulnerable and talked to Jim about how she had cancer back in season one. Because right now, they're seeing their last living child, not counting, Jim and Celine's kids, but the children between Katheryn and Jim. Right now, they're witnessing their only living child destroying himself right in front of their eyes. And they need to help him, because when you think about it in season one, I think even Katheryn said this in one of the final episodes of season one. I was dying right in front of my family, but nobody noticed. I almost killed myself trying to keep this family together like glue, but now I'm just going to sit back and watch everything fall apart. This was near the end of the season. I think it was the episode before the mid-season finale. I know it was the season finale of season one. I know it was when Katheryn and Hannah had a sit down and Hannah told the truth that Candace is her daughter. I do know it was during that scene. But I think it would really add weight to the connection between Jim and Katheryn. Now, I'm not saying that these two will mend all the cracks between their relationship. I'm not saying that one conversation will do that, but I think it would make Jim respect Katheryn even more in terms of, oh man, she really is a fighter. and that would add more weight to here's why me and Hannah are so close. And also it might make Jim think twice and, you know, kind of reflect on himself in terms of, I really am an ass because my wife was dying right in front of me, but I didn't even notice. I didn't even care. And I mean, this is all during the midst of, you know, his time with number 9, aka Candace Young. So I really wish that Tyler Perry would include a scene like this in the upcoming episodes of this season, because I feel like that would be an amazing Katheryn Cryer moment just to kind of shut Jim down. I mean, it's not about one person winning against the other in a debate, but I feel like it will be a great time for Katheryn just to open up, and then, you know, Jim will be an ass, like he'll be like, man, Katheryn, no you didn't, and then she'll probably have like a doctor's receipt, you know, she'll be able to pull something, because I do believe that she actually went into the was it Mercy Hospital under a false name. I do know it was at the same time that Amanda was in the hospital because she tried to take her own life after the whole Professor Cannon rape situation. But I feel like adding this scene would just really develop Jim and Katheryn in terms of their characters as husband and wife. And you remember how badass they were when they were working together to go after Professor Cannon after they read Amanda's diary and found out that he did rape her. Just seeing those two working together to shut down Wyatt's addiction or whatever, that would be amazing. I mean, I just love it when Tyler Perry takes a couple of characters and puts them in the same team and they're working for a common goal. It's kind of like, again, anime fans, Goku and Vegeta, they fight together, but they don't work together. It just so happens that they're attacking at the same time against the same opponent, and they just happen to win based off of that. So same thing with Katheryn and Jim. I'm not looking for them to mend all their wounds and just get lovey-dovey. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for these two characters to work together for once in order to solve a problem. That's what I really, really want to see. I mean, yeah, you could argue the fact that Jim was beating the crap out of Professor Cannon in that parking lot, and then Katheryn says, no, Jim, not here, not like this. And, you know, then Jim ordered that bloodbath. If I'm not mistaken, Katheryn is still unaware that Jim had Professor Cannon killed. I could be wrong about that, but to my knowledge, Jim Cryer did not tell Katheryn that he was going to have Professor Cannon killed. That's what I'm saying. Now, that's another question I'm wondering about. What would Katheryn thought have been the appropriate way of handling that situation? So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Katheryn Cryer would bring up her breast cancer situation from season 1 to Jim now in season 6? If she did bring that to the light, how do you think Jim would react to that? Would he be in denial at first until she has medical proof? After finding out the truth, how will he react to that? Will he feel like he did something wrong? Will he reflect on himself? Or will he act like he did after Amanda's death, where he's crying one minute, then the next thing you know, he's back to his old tricks? So I feel like this will definitely be a decent discussion in the comment section below. So as always, share the video around if you like it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and keep your eyes peeled, because that what if Wyatt didn't go to the crack house video, that's going to take a few days, but it's on the way, I promise.